Welcome back. Tonight we have reporters all across the country tracking the big races that matter to you. We start as we come back on the air in Maryland with a race to replace retiring Democratic Senator Ben Cardin. Former Maryland governor and Republican Larry Hogan is facing off against Prince George's County exec and Democrat Angelo Alsobrooks. The National News Desk Mackenzie Frost is with the Alsobrooks campaign in College Park, Maryland. Mackenzie, what's the energy like in the room right now? Can see some group of people behind you.
Well, Didi, I can tell you that the energy is growing. It is loud. The music is bumping. Now that the polls are closed here in Maryland, people are starting to trickle in. The music is just turning up. We've got food. We've got drinks. Everybody is ready to settle in and watch these returns. And I have to tell you, we are expecting to see several prominent leaders from Maryland in this room tonight. In addition to Angelo Alsobrooks, we're expecting to see and hear from Governor Wes Moore, as well as several members of Maryland's federal congressional delegation, including U.S. Senator Ben Cardin, who is leaving this seat, and Angela Alsobrooks is hoping to take her place. Now, Angela spent most of the day today out talking with voters at the polls. She cast her ballot alongside her daughter Alex, who voted for the very first time, both of them talking about how touching that moment was for themselves.
If Alsobrooks wins, she would be the first African-American person the state is elected to the Senate. Really quick before I let you go, what have you heard from voters about the significance of this race?
Yeah, Didi, I can tell you that a lot of people are talking about the fact that history is on the ballot, not only with Kamala Harris, but also the fact that Angela Alsobrooks would in fact be the first black female senator elected to the U.S. Senate from the state of Maryland. So there's a lot on the line here tonight, and people are waiting and excited to see what could come after we start to see some of the results. We have to remember that Democrats outnumber Republicans 2-1 in the state of Maryland. So we'll have to wait and see what happens.
Yeah,
but for now, we're live in College Park. Mackenzie Frost, the National News Desk, America's News Now.
It'll be interesting either way this goes. Mackenzie, thank you. Sticking in Maryland, we go to Annapolis now, where the National News Desk Rebecca Pryor is at the headquarters for former Governor Larry Hogan. Recent polling suggests Alsobrooks has a significant lead, but Rebecca, how is Hogan feeling about his chances tonight?
Well, in Hogan's own words this morning, he said that he's planning on pulling off the biggest upset in America tonight. The former governor confident, but also acknowledging that he is the underdog in a deep blue state. In fact, it has been 44 years since a Republican has represented this seat in Maryland. Many also see this race as a must-win for Democrats in order to maintain a majority in the Senate. But Hogan is the first formidable GOP opponent Maryland has seen in a long time. He was a very popular governor, only the second Republican in Maryland history to be reelected, and he's not your typical Republican. Hogan has vowed to be an independent voice in Washington, running on the mantra that he would put country over party and people over politics. Furthermore, on the key issue of reproductive rights, he's promised to vote against party lines to help codify Roe versus Wade if elected, and he's also been a vocal critic of former President Donald Trump, saying today that when he cast his own ballot, he didn't vote for either presidential candidate, saying that neither of them did enough to earn his vote, and he doesn't believe either of them would be a good representation in the White House. So again, he was a very popular governor, but time would tell if he can pull off another upset tonight.
You're right, deep blue state. It looks like he's trying to appeal to those Democratic voters with his stance on reproductive rights. Rebecca Pryor, thank you for joining us.
Florida Senator Rick